Bouquets. How are we doing today? It's your girl Enchantress, the Gypsy Lotus Uniqueness, and I am back with another What the Hell, where we are talking about that heavy energy around love and how to get it off of us and how to remove so we can be in that love and light and get up out of darkness. You feel me? Everything, love is one of the highest vibrations out there, and we should all be thriving to get in that frequency all the time. So today I want to talk about first day curls are always interesting. That's not what I want to talk about though. I want to talk about prayer. Just flat out prayer. I'm at the park and I moved from my original spot that I was in because there was a bunch of kids around me. So I was like, I'm gonna look close, and then I ain't want no but me prop up the camera and parents be thinking I'm doing weird shit. And then now I feel like every sound want to start being active. So hopefully this mic is actually cutting it out, or I'm able to block it out, or yeah, trash group just went by, so hopefully no other big trucks come by in time. Okay, so I want to talk about prayer because I have a daily prayer journal that I use, and I wasn't consistent in it anymore, but now I've been like not playing about it, right? And in general, I've just been having every prayer session not really tear filled, but lately I've been having um some tear filled prayers, and I feel like I want to talk about that because I think I talked about it before where I was saying, like, once you pray for something, let it go, or pray, don't think about it and don't ponder on what you already prayed about. But more so just maybe this is not even about prayer. Maybe this is more so about just talking to Most High, talking to whatever higher power you believe in, right? Because sometimes it could be a simple conversation. You don't have to necessarily be praying to God. Sometimes you're just talking to God, venting to God, And for me, lately, I've been doing that a lot. And it's so interesting because I've been getting some same day results. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm asking, like, okay, should I be doing this? Should this even be a thing? And then that same day, something get removed, and it's like, okay, clearly not. Like, and I feel like, no matter what religion you may believe in, whatever higher power you believe in, I feel like having that time and having those conversations with your higher power are very important to your journey, to your healing, to your everyday life. Because like I said, it's not even necessarily always praying for something or ask for something. Sometimes you could literally be venting. Like sometimes I'm literally venting and something will come up. Or something that I vented about will kind of like clear away, or I won't feel as heavy about it anymore. And I feel like a lot of us we need to get into the habit. Like I've been getting in the habit of not going to other people about everything, more so just leaving it between me and God, and let him or them resolve whatever you need to be resolved, whatever you feel like you need to get up off you. I feel like sometimes when we talk to other people, sometimes that is feeding the problem. Sometimes that's adding on to what you might be feeling in regards to, like, say, okay, we all know if you go vent to your friends about a relationship, about a guy, about a girl, whatever, right? And you telling them all this bad, you in a bad mood. So this person just pissed you off. So now you telling them everything that's pissed you off. Your friends is automatically going. I mean, not necessarily automatically, because you also shouldn't have a whole bunch of people that's yes people around you or yes friends. But sometimes you gonna have people around you that's gonna tell you, you ain't wrong, and yeah, you have a right to be mad, and da 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 da. Oh, I don't like that, da da da, because they might have their own um definition of what they could tolerate. So to them, what you might be able to tolerate might be like, oh hell no, I would never put up with that. And now you done vented to them talking about whatever problem, and they like, yeah, you need to leave, you need to get up out of that. and then you and your whatever you was just mad about, y'all end up resolving y'all issues. But now your friends sitting there not liking them because you already told them all the negative shit, and now they don't like them because now they just gonna think of the negative stuff. Mind you, nobody is in you and your person connection. Like, yeah, you might tell somebody your business, but nobody is going through you and your person's connection other than you and your person, you know? So you told them that like 5% of something that's going on, and now they taking it as if that's 100% all the time. And they over here wondering like why every time you even try to go to your friends, they automatically on the X factor, and it's like you already told them all the negative shit. You can't even try to come back and tell them no positive shit because they still gonna be on the well, he was just you okay, let's go last 5 seconds or whatever. Like they just putting some negative energy into your bond. You don't need all that. So that's why I've been getting in the habit of, I mean, not necessarily because of relationships or anything, but in general, why I've been getting in the habit of more so just trying to, whatever it may be, I'm going to vent to God. And once I vent to God, I'm letting it go. I don't have to tell other people. I don't have to do all that other stuff. Now, sometimes I can admit I am trying to get more obedient with not talking about certain things. I am really trying to. But sometimes I'm still human. I slip. I end up talking about something I just said I'm not gonna talk about. Or every times where like, because even in the event session, so this like a lot of the stuff that I say tie into each other. Like I just talked about obedience and discipline and all that stuff tying together. But even with this comes with obedience and discernment and all that stuff because there have been times I'm venting we're talking to Most High, whatever, and I would hear like, "You need to do this. You need to stop doing this." Okay, cool. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna, do whatever I need to do. Like there have been times I literally can be like, "God, what you want me to do?" And it would be like, "Be quiet. Be silent. Go silent. Don't say nothing. Don't talk about this no more. Don't let nobody know what's going on." First person that called me, yeah, oh, and you bring up the thing that you just said you wasn't gonna talk about with God, like, um, but sometimes I'm human, so like sometimes the situation that I might end up talking about to other people that I just vented about is really bothering me. So I end up talking. It's like I just don't be trying. I'm trying to understand, um, and stuff like that. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on for real, for real. But I just feel like we all need to get to a point where we're genuinely, and then even now, I feel like if you even have, because I've had somebody who I seen was going through something, um, like was making certain type of posts on social media, and I just texted them like, "What's wrong?" And they didn't tell me what was wrong, but what was the response? I don't know. Something about like life just be challenging and da da da. But they didn't tell me exactly what was going on. I said, okay, do you want a listening ear? Do you want advice, or do you want to just leave between you and God? Because I feel like we all need to get to that place too, where um, sometimes it's not about you don't have to be in everybody's business. I feel like that is also what we need to. I feel like if more of us start going to our taking our problems to Most High or only talking to God about certain things, we'll realize how much we don't even need to include other people in our business, and then vice versa, how much we don't even need to be in other people's business. You feel me? Um, so the person was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it between me and God." Okay, cool. I'm gonna still see you love and light. I'm gonna still pour into you, even if I don't know what exactly is going on. I hope everything works out. I hope you get through whatever. Don't trip. Don't let it switch you. Whatever. Sometimes being chosen is hard. I'm still gonna pour into you, but I don't have to. I don't have to know every detail to still be able to pour into you. Is what I'm saying. You don't have to know everything that's going on in somebody's life just to still be able to pour into them. Just send positive energy just off the strength of sending positive energy because you love that person, because you care about that person, because you do want that person to feel love and light. You feel me? Um, and I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit, and I apologize for that. But I also feel like that goes for like making plans too. When you making a plan and it's like, okay, yeah, this would be me and God, like God, let's make a plan, let's da 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 da, and you make that plan, and then you go and tell somebody else the plan that you made, and then all of a sudden they start putting their little 2 cents in, they do whatever, you'll be upset, like, girl. So that's why I even started asking, like, you want me to just listen? You want advice, or is this something between you and God? Or even in general, if somebody is venting to you, you ask them, like, because sometimes they just start venting. We all and have moments where we just end up dumping on people without realizing it sometimes. So if somebody just starts dumping on you, still ask. Are you dumping because you want me to just listen, because you just need to let it out? Are you dumping because you want advice? Are you dumping? What are we doing? You know? So I know how to either not respond or to hold space for you or whatever. So I know how to move accordingly in this conversation. You feel me? So I feel like I recently just had, maybe not recent, like a month ago, maybe, uh, maybe a little over a month ago now. Excuse me, I just ate a little burpee. Um, so a little over a month ago, I was making a plan for some other content ideas and things I'm trying to do career wise, brand wise, da da da. Made a plan. Um, and I ended up sharing that plan with somebody. And I'm more so just telling you what I'm finna do. I'm telling you what I'm about to do. I'm sorry, I got a message. I'm telling you what I'm about to do. Um, I'm telling you what I'm about to do. I'm not asking for advice. This is my plan is set. I didn't ask for you to interject or, say your opinion. I didn't ask for your 2 cents. And it aggravated me, not even just because in that moment the person gave their 2 cents. Is more so that maybe that's gonna be a separate video. That's gonna be a separate video because I think that's the topic in itself. But yeah, I think we just should start asking people what they want in a conversation or how they want conversations to go, because sometimes we giving people advice that didn't ask for advice. Sometimes we're interjecting or giving our 2 cents when somebody didn't ask for our 2 cents. You feel me? So I feel like if we all, this is just go back to talking to God more. If you talk to God more, even when you talk to God and He says, she says, he says, they say, whatever gender you believe, whatever you believe, whatever you believe. When they say be quiet, when they say don't tell nobody, when they say whatever, follow that. Be obedient to whatever you just heard. And I'm talking to myself when I say that, like, because I need to be quiet about a lot more things, and I'm ready for that. I'm being obedient in that. I'm working on it, actively every day, um, and even with I'm still working on really praying about it and letting that be it. Not even repeating the prayer. Not even now. Some things are okay to repeat the prayer. I promise they really are, and then some things it's like, girl, I know. You don't have to keep telling me, like, because it's also like in a way when you sometimes when you're repeating stuff is as if you're trying to rush something, and nothing is going to triumph divine timing. God will handle it in the time frame that they feel like handling it. You feel me? They are not moving on your time. So just because you keep saying it 50 million times don't mean, if anything, sometimes you saying it 50 million times is prolonging the process. Like, oh shit, here you go again. See, you know, think about it like this. You know how we all, well, most of us will feel like, say, growing up, you was getting ready to clean your room, right? And then your mama came in like, you need to clean this room up. Mind you, you literally got dirty laundry in your hand, about to go to the basket or about to take it to the laundry room or whatever. Now if we put all this shit down and lay back down because I'm literally doing it, or I'm literally was about to do it. Now I don't want to do nothing because you just told me to do something that I was already about to do. Think about that when you're talking to God. If you constantly like, okay, God, da, 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 it might be a week later, God literally getting ready to, okay, let me go handle that situation that she was talking about last week. And then you come in out of nowhere, God, please, oh girl, you don't even trust me. I ain't you not even trusting me to do what I'm gonna do. So I'm waiting a little bit longer. Like sometimes it be like that. You feel me? So I'm not saying God is just spiteful or anything. I'm not saying that like it's a spiteful thing, but just think about like that perspective when you are doing the repetitive prayers. You don't want to nag God. Let's think about that. Like, don't nag God. Okay. But yeah, I recommend, if anything, like have a prayer journal. If you don't necessarily feel comfortable, talking out loud or praying out loud, or I also feel like there is no, some people say, oh, you get down on your knees and put your hands together and bow your head. There is really no proper way to pray. Um, I mean, you can. There are a little bit of technicalities, but because, like I said, okay, so that, because every time I pray, I'm not, God, please, I'm not doing that. But I know my prayers are still getting answered. Sometimes I could be sitting right here and just, God, I could be driving, God, something weighing on me. It don't matter, as long as you having that one-on-one connection with God in that moment, you good. Because even then, sometimes the prayer isn't even really a prayer; is more you just venting. So yeah, just think about that. I think we all should focus more on, taking our problems to God and leaving it at that. Not saying there's nothing wrong with having a wise counsel at all, or vent to your friends at all at certain times, but I feel like most of the time, honestly, you could save a lot more stress and confusion and everything if you really just only talk to God about certain things, and then wait till later to, like, wait to tell your friends more so the testimony than the actual problem. That's all I'm saying. But all right, bouquets. That's all I have for you today. Remember, healing gets messy before it gets magical, but you are worthy of all the love and light that is waiting for you on the other side. Sit up straight, adjust your crown. Don't let it tilt. I love you. I hope you love you. Peace.